UFC 314 just ended, and in the co-main event, we had Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. And after watching that co-main event, I knew it needed its own dedicated UFC 314 post-fight video, because Michael Chandler got absolutely humiliated by Paddy Pimblett. Michael Chandler got brutally embarrassed by Paddy Pimblett. Michael Chandler got treated like Conor McGregor treats women in hotel rooms by Paddy Pimblett. This was a vicious onslaught where Paddy Pimblett imposed his will and brutally TKO'd Michael Chandler in the third round. And in my opinion, exposed Michael Chandler as well. And not only that, he ended Michael Chandler. This should be the end of Michael Chandler's UFC career. And this, I feel like, is finally the ending of the Michael Chandler saga. He is almost 39 years old. He sat out for years, waiting for another grown man to show him attention. He wasted the tail end of his prime. He rode the coattails of participation trophies off of losing to elite level guys in the lightweight division. He squatted on his ranking for years. At UFC 314, he finally paid the price. Let's go through it round by round, because this was a mercilessly destructive beating, career-altering beating by Paddy Pimblett. And even if Chandler wasn't already washed up, already old, already slowing down, already almost 40 years old, this would be the end of Michael Chandler, even without all those factors compiled on top of it. So the first round, Paddy is literally dominating Michael Chandler in the striking. Nasty calf kicks, walking him down, jabbing him, landing good shots. Chandler decides to shoot him on a double leg, gets it. Starts humping him from behind, right? Starts pulling him in close like he wanted Conor McGregor to do to him. Paddy starts looking for a Kimura. It's not really close. He's using it in an attempt to sweep. Chandler ends up landing a couple shots as Paddy's up against the fence. He lets go of the Kimura, and then he gets back up. I think Chandler might have dumped him down one more time, and he gets back up, and then Paddy decides to look for a flying triangle. Isn't able to get it, but gets right back up. And as soon as he gets right back up, he starts walking down Chandler again, busting him up, kicking his legs, landing good shots. Chandler landed one good right hand in the first round. Clear 10-9 for Paddy Pimblett. Round two. Literally what I talked about in the Charles Oliveira fight, Michael Chandler started doing again. He ran for his life. Paddy was walking him down, landing nonstop, beating him up, pumping the jab, landing good shots. And of course, dirty-ass Michael Chandler, one of the dirtiest fighters in the UFC, literally straight up front kicks Paddy Pimblett right in the nuts. And it's awfully funny that he did this. I went back and rewatched this co-main event before I did this video just to be really refreshed on the details after the main event. Towards the end of the first round, Chandler was already gassed, looking up at the clock. With like 10 seconds, 15 seconds to go in the first round. Go back and watch if you don't believe me. Chandler's breathing heavy. He's looking up at the clock. Second round, he comes out. First minute or so, kicks Paddy right in the nuts as Paddy is walking him down. Then Paddy goes over to the commentary and says he's a dirty cheater, which he is. As soon as they tell him, all right, let's go, immediately Chandler looks for the takedown. Gets stuffed initially, but eventually works up against the fence, gets the takedown, and like true Chandler fashion, he's the reverse DDP. Okay, he fumbles his way into bad positions. He's about to take the back of Pimblett, only gets one hook in, gets overzealous, gets reversed, ends up on bottom. Paddy starts looking for the arm triangle. He kind of has it partially locked in, but the fence is in the way because Chandler's pressed up against the fence. So he's not able to get it. But eventually Paddy works his way into mount and just starts wrecking him. And throughout these different takedown attempts from Chandler, I forgot to mention, Paddy's like throwing vicious back elbows as Chandler's on his back, and Chandler's not doing jack shit. Okay? Eventually, towards the end of the second round, like last minute and a half of the second round, he gets in the mount, just starts smashing him, eventually gets the back, because Chandler ends up giving up his back, just getting smashed there as well. Paddy's looking for the rear naked. I thought for sure I had second or third round submission. Paddy was looking for that arm triangle initially, then smashing him from mount with elbows, and then looking for the rear naked choke. Chandler was done at the end of round 2. I could tell, I could smell it on Chandler. He was ready to quit. Then you have round 3. Round 3, by the way, round 2 was a 10-8 round for Paddy, in my opinion. Round 3, remember I told you Chandler was gassed and then kicked him in the groin for an extra breather in the second round? By the way, how do you not have a gas tank when all you do is spam the same technique over and over again? In the second round, you're gassed out. But in the third round, now he can't kick Paddy in the nuts. His corner intentionally spilled water all over the octagon. We didn't get to actually see it. Maybe it was an innocent mistake. It's just awfully suspicious. And then buys Chandler an extra 30 seconds before the round starts. Probably an extra 15 seconds. 30 seconds is a little bit too long. But it doesn't help him at all because he comes out. Paddy lands a picture-perfect step-in knee that just has Chandler gushing from the face. He's brutally hurt. Paddy's chasing him down, tagging him up. By the way, I haven't mentioned every shot that Paddy's landed on the feet. He's landing jabs. He's landing calf kicks. I think he landed a couple head kicks in the first and second round as well. Chases him down. Chandler's trying to throw back. He's leaking badly. Paddy shoots a single leg. Takes him down with ease. Controls him up against the fence. Chandler's bleeding. Chandler looking like he wants out. Paddy's trying to work to get to the back. And Chandler's kind of laying there a little bit. And eventually Paddy works his way into a more dominant position on the ground. And has his back, starts looking for the rear naked choke. Then all of a sudden, he says, screw it. Just starts smashing elbows. Then Chandler goes face down. He's battering him there. A couple back of the head shots, actually, 1 or 2. Starts smashing him there. Chandler's trying. He's giving up his back. He's going face down. He's coming back to full mount. And Paddy's smashing him. Then when he's going to give up his back, he's looking for the rear naked choke. And then finally, just like the end of that second round, I think Paddy would have finished him in the second round if Chandler wasn't saved by the bell. But now in the third round, Paddy just starts throwing 12-6 elbows. And what's crazy is Chandler's head was flat on the mat. These were vicious, brutal, destructive elbows from Paddy Pimblett. And finally, the referee saw enough and he steps in and saves Michael Chandler's life because it was going to be the end of him. So if that third round would have made it to the scorecards, that would have been 2 10-8 rounds. I know it was a 5-round fight, so we had rounds 4 and 5. Chandler wasn't coming back. He was gassed after round 1 of doing absolutely jack shit. There's so much to go to break down from this fight. There's so much that has come out of this fight. So first off, I told you guys, okay? I feel like some of you guys were on my side. It's not like I was the vast minority on this one. But Paddy was criminally underrated. I understand his striking looks like shit. I understand that his chin is up in the air. But because of those kind of deficiencies, people acted like he wasn't good. Meanwhile, he's actually winning fights while Chandler's sitting on the sidelines almost into his 40s, waiting for a grown man. He left his family in early 2024 for a mythical fight at a mythical weight class against a mythical opponent in Conor McGregor. He said, yeah, I'm going to impress Conor on Saturday night. You didn't impress Conor at all. Conor might actually fight you now because he knows he can beat you. Conor would absolutely wash Chandler. I don't even care if it's coked up Conor. Cocaine Conor, as some would say. Paddy was criminally underrated. People did not give him the credit he deserved. Okay? And I understand he has some deficiencies, but he finds a way to win. Meanwhile, Chandler takes victory laps. Oh, yeah, man. Kid Rock and Elon thought it was so cool when I jumped backwards with Charles Oliveira on my back, man. It was sick, brother. You got dominated, you bum. Where was those Jefferson County javelins? Where was those Jefferson County javelins? I didn't see them once in this fight. You had a Jefferson County javelin in your pants for 2 years for Conor McGregor. Wasted his career. Dude literally wasted his career. I mean, the Chandler take that I had, I don't want to take too much of a victory lap here, but I will. I mean, could it have aged any better? He wasted some of his prime earning years and the tail end of his actual athletic prime waiting for a literal cokehead rapist, alcoholic. Yeah, who could have told you that was a bad decision, Chandler? About your illustrious career, Chandler. Because this is the end of him. Paddy, I said he was criminally underrated. Paddy still, I have a lot of question marks about him against elite level opposition because guess what? Chandler wasn't a top 10 guy. They handpicked Chandler, just like I said in my prediction video, just like I said when the fight was announced. They handpicked Michael Chandler as the easiest possible way to get Paddy Pimblett into the top 10. Because Chandler sucks ass. And he's washed up. All he does is spam an overhand right and still gasses out. He has no fight IQ. People are like, man, Chandler needs to fight smart. Even if he did, he couldn't win. The only reason he's had any success is because his athleticism and power. And guess what goes when you get older? Paddy washed him on the feet. Chandler looked like he was fighting a ghost. He landed one good right hand the entire fight. Paddy was waxing him. Nasty calf kicks, jabs, body kicks, head kicks. I mean, Paddy made him look like a little bitch, had him running for his life. And then it wasn't enough just to lose. He got a career-altering beating. I mean, those 12-6 elbows were some of the most vicious elbows I have ever seen. The ground and pound from Paddy was absolutely vicious. And now Chandler, where does he go from here, boys? I don't think he beats anyone in the top 15. Who's he beating? I don't think he beats anyone in the top 15. So you better pray Conor McGregor comes back and fights him now. He's been softened up enough for Conor to come back. Conor probably KOs him in the first round with one punch, even if he's washed up. But let's talk about Paddy. Enough about Chandler for right now. We'll maybe get to him a little bit more towards the end of this video. Paddy proved a lot of doubters wrong tonight. There's a lot of people that are like, man, Paddy's going to get chinned, man. Paddy's going to get chinned by Chandler, bro. Chandler has one fucking technique that he spams over and over and over again. He squats down on a right hand. Paddy has fight IQ. He may not be the most skilled technically, but he has fight IQ. And in this fight, he saw everything Chandler was throwing. He got touched one time. And by the way, Paddy was much bigger than Michael Chandler. I know Michael Chandler's a borderline midget, but man, did he dwarf Chandler. He dwarfed him. And then even when Chandler was able to use the grappling, get him down, he didn't do not much with it. In the first round, he landed like 3 or 4 shots. But after that, nothing. He just held on. And again, he landed like 1 shot. Paddy even landed a Superman punch off the cage. Give Paddy the credit he deserves. Even though Chandler is 40 years old and a washed up bum. I think Paddy, he calls out Charles Oliveira afterwards. Don't be surprised if he gets Islam next. He calls out Charles Oliveira afterwards. By the way, Paddy, imagine Paddy's the one to beat Islam. Oh my God, that would never happen, but imagine. That would be insane. Imagine Paddy defending his lightweight title against Ilia Topuria. That would be huge, the whole hand sanitizer debacle. But Paddy has excellent BJJ. He's very big for the weight class. He has excellent top control. And his striking is improving. He's still very young. He's still very, very young. So he went out there against an aging veteran in Michael Chandler, who has fought one time in the last like 2.5, 3 years at this point. And he smoked him. He did what he was supposed to do. The UFC put him in this position to go out there and treat Chandler like that. Now, a lot of people didn't think he would, but he went out there and absolutely destroyed him. And now Paddy's 1 fight away from a title shot. He calls out Charles Oliveira. I know this is going to sound crazy. I would lean Charles Oliveira. Paddy could beat Charles Oliveira. Now, Arman, I don't think Paddy has a chance against Arman. I don't think he has a chance against Islam. But man, is that Paddy-Charles fight humongous now. Humongous now. And while, you know, I don't think Chandler's all that good. I actually think, so I said Paddy Pimblett was criminally underrated going into this fight. I think he's going to be overrated coming out of this fight because Chandler isn't as good as people were giving him credit for. But at the end of the day, I see Pimblett improving. He's got excellent kicks. I mean, he was chopping the calves of Michael Chandler, landing head kicks. Paddy's always had good kicks. His best weapon is his kicks. His jiu-jitsu, his submission ability is great. He was constantly looking to work submissions, whether it was the Kimura, the flying triangle. How comfortable was Paddy Pimblett that he was like, you know what? I don't care that Chandler just took me down. Let me go for a flying triangle right now. I'll get back up anyway. He's a bum. He looks for the arm triangle. He looked for the rear naked choke. And he used those 12-6 elbows to their fullest efficiency and the most damage I have ever seen. 10-8 round 2. 10-8 round 3. Round 1 was a 10-9. And really, what's crazy, I think, the most surprising aspect of this fight, which really wasn't all that surprising to me, was the way he had Chandler running for his life. I mentioned that. That's all he did against Oliveira. He ran for his life. And that's what happened in this fight. I mean, he got caught with that knee. Paddy started chasing him down. I think it was in this round. He landed like a left and then an uppercut. That might have been in the second round. But Chandler did nothing. He had absolutely nothing to offer. So this man is what? 2-6 in the UFC now? I don't even know. Actually, let me look this up real quick. Out of pure curiosity, what is Chandler now in the UFC? I could do it off the top of my head. But so he's lost to Paddy. He's lost to Charles twice. He lost to Dustin Poirier. He lost to Justin Gaethje. Oh my God. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's 2-5 in the UFC. He's 2-5 in the UFC. His last opponent is signed with GFL. And Tony Ferguson was whooping him before Chandler landed that front kick. And I believe Tony, had he not got caught with that front kick, he would have beat Chandler up and eventually like Darce choked him or something. I mean, it's the end of Chandler's career. What is there more to say? Yeah, April 12th, 2025. Wait a second. I'm an idiot. Last fight says April 12th, 2025. Isn't his birthday around this time? April 24th is his birthday. So 10 days until Chandler's 39th birthday. That's a death sentence right there. And think about the amount of damage he took this fight. I'm looking at the picture on his Tapology right now. Man, Chandler took career-altering brain damage and a beating here. And I'm very curious how he copes after this. What does he say, man? Because at the end of the day, he got a shellacking. He got a whooping, man. Where does he go? I don't know. Who does he fight now? I mean, imagine him versus like a Yoel Alvarez who's not even ranked. Yoel Alvarez would beat him to death. I mean, I'm not even prepared. Let me pull up the UFC rankings. By the way, I want to see Paddy. I want to see Paddy versus Charles Oliveira. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. There's some talk of Topuria versus Oliveira. I think, you know what? If I'm the UFC, I give him Justin Gaethje. People are talking about Justin Gaethje fighting for the title. I think Paddy can beat Justin Gaethje. Gaethje has no jiu-jitsu. No jiu-jitsu. His takedown defense isn't great either. But who do you book Chandler against? You guys tell me. Ready? I'm assuming he's going to have to fight down. He's sitting at number 7. He loses to Gamrot. Maybe he could beat Beneil, but I doubt it. He's not beating Moicano, I don't think. He's not beating Fiziev. Fiziev would spark him out in one round. Paddy at number 12 just beat the dog shit out of him. Benoit Saint-Denis has a fight with Yoel Alvarez, and I think Benoit Saint-Denis would smoke him. Grant Dawson maybe he could beat. Ignacio Bahamondes would smoke him bad. Who does he beat? That's the top 15. Yoel Alvarez isn't even in the top 15. He would smoke Chandler tomorrow. Talk about a complete and utter humiliation. In retrospect, looking back now, I know a lot of people didn't agree with me at the time. How badly did Chandler ruin his career? His illustrious career, as he messaged me gloating that he made the right decision. He lost prime years of earning paydays. And he could have fought for a belt. Look at Dustin Poirier. Got brutally KO'd by Gaethje. Went out there, got a win against Benoit Saint-Denis. Got a title shot undeserved. That could have been Chandler. Chandler could have fluked a title win somehow. I doubt he would have, but he could have. Instead, he sat around wanting to sniff Conor McGregor's red panties. And now he's going to wake up tomorrow with his facial structure reorganized, courtesy of Paddy Pimblett. He's going to realize he's 39 years old, and he has no chance to beat anyone in the top 15. That's insane. That's insane. Who could have predicted that one? Who could have called that one? He was overrated. People are like, man, his knockout power. When's the last time he's knocked someone out? It's been 3 years. I knew Paddy was going to smoke him. That's why I picked Paddy by finish. Chandler's cardio looked horrible. Nothing to offer other than a right hand. Fight IQ, horrible as typical. There's not enough pejoratives to describe Michael Chandler's performance against Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett completely humiliated him. Paddy Pimblett brutally humiliated Michael Chandler at UFC 314. And boy, was it a bit of a hate watch for me. See you at the top. Get your candy ass back in the cage, Conor McGregor. I got a sweet tooth. What else did he have? I got one dude on my mind. Send Chandler to defunct GFL. I don't know if they're going to put on an event. Send him to GFL, man. I don't want to watch him fight anymore. All he does is lose anyway. So get him out of here. He's got some serious soul searching to do tomorrow. That's all I got to say about that. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Full card post-fight coming out soon. Check the description. Check the end cards. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much for watching.